We know that trees and forests play a major role in the fight against climate change. They remove CO2 from the atmosphere, reduce flooding, and support biodiversity. However, despite a range of global initiatives designed to protect trees on these grounds, deforestation continues to occur at an alarming rate in order to provide space for agriculture, mining, and resources for manufacturing goods. Increasingly, experts argue that in order to make real progress, a fundamental change in the way we think about forests is needed. After all, trees aren't only vital practical use in the fight against climate change, they're also a powerful reminder of why this is a fight worth having, and a symbol of humanity's essential connection to the natural world.
The public discourse around trees and forests is often oriented towards economics and ecology, and that is obviously super important, but I'm really interested in a holistic understanding of trees and forests that embraces approaches from the arts and humanities to show how culture creates much deeper senses of the meaning and value of woodlands, for example. So when we had the big tree protests in Sheffield a few years back, there was a lot of debate about stormwater runoff, about carbon sequestration, but people who were involved in the campaign to save Sheffield's street trees were often motivated by a sense of the beauty of the trees, how they were part of their memory of the spaces they grew up in, how they helped make the place something that was meaningful to them. And those are really important ideas. These are what attach us to the natural environment and to the creatures who live there in a much more deeply meaningful way than thinking about the economics of it does. And that, I think, is why the front line of activist campaigns about trees and woodlands are always already necessarily cultural. We see that in indigenous campaigns about forest removal, for example, when you have a really stark clash between different worldviews, the economic exploitation of places, soybean production, for example, versus centuries-old cosmologies, where the whole idea of being human and inhabiting a space is closely involved with ideas of the sacred connected to the natural world. So I think it's absolutely central that we understand that the woodland is not a machine for absorbing carbon. It's a life world, it's a culture, it's much more than what the accountants might represent it as being.